these songwriters, players, singers, connect us to every aspect of popular culture. I didn't know that when I sang my first hit in second grade. I didn't know that was gonna happen. And I didn't realize where I learned that song in the second grade. Vic, you in the audience that day, I believe. And it went over so big, it lasted me all the way through the third and fourth grade. But it went kind of like this. Well, Froggy went according and he did right. That was my first hit. I didn't know that I didn't make it up. It lasted all the way till Let's Go Down the Crawdad Hole, you know, that was my second biggest hit. But I was getting up singing in class ever since I was big enough to, you know, stand up and make a record. I was blessed to be around a lot of good people. Many of the faces in this room, I can tell you stories about Glenn that he's forgotten. But I can tell you stories about Guy that I'm glad he forgot about me. But yeah, I gotta say, and Kenneth, all the Davis and Ralph, inspired me. They helped me. You know, they helped me to know what I had to do to earn my way in. But they looked like they were having so much fun, I didn't care what it took. And Grandpa Jones, I have Grandpa Jones, he introduced me my first time in the Grand Ole Opry.
Did he call you Heo?
He said, Mike Collier. And, he called me Mike the whole time. Mike Collier. And I say Collie, he'd say Collier. I've been blessed to be around a lot of great stars and a lot of great influences. All the faces who were on the sidewalk and some in this room were my mentors and my heroes. And there were a lot more who I see here now, which really gets me right here because Eddie Kelly, Vic Martin, Vic was in my first band. We were very strong. We had at least 3 guitars that we could keep. They weren't in tune, but it just sounded like it just sounded like a big crowd. But Vic played my first big dance down in the cafeteria at the old schools. Whose class reunion was that?
It was Jasper McWilliams.
But I'll tell you what, I want to thank the Davis clan, all you guys, and who've been around for me in good and bad times. And I started writing songs because I didn't know you could. I was just hearing a story about myself. You might want to tell that one. I used to go to your house. I didn't have a guitar to write on, so what happened?
Well, you didn't have a guitar, so you borrowed mine. And you keep it a few days or maybe a week. And then you come back and try your songs out. But some were pretty good, some were okay. I told you, I said, what you do 2 things. Keep writing songs and go get a guitar.
And Mama saved enough money, making $20 a week to order me an electric guitar from I don't know if it's Sears Roebuck or Ace Hardware. It was a Harmony Electric. And I used to carry that thing around, walk everywhere I go. And I learned how to play a little House of Rising Sun, a few of the local hits. One thing I want to recognize is there's a lot of people in this room who were part of my life, part of my career. Steve had a guitar, actually the guitar that I finally learned to play on, Steve would hide it from me. He said, if you touch that guitar, I'll kill you. So I'd have to play with Steve, was long gone. And then when Steve left, the guitar went with him, so I didn't have a guitar. But I remember one time I came up to I was coming back from baseball practice, I was coming up to my grandmother's yard and I could hear, sound like Elvis was in the living room. And I think it was the Ravens plus Marty Marr. And he'd play the saxophone a little bit, then he'd sound just like Elvis. there was a lot of music around then, I hope it's still around here now. I'd like to encourage y'all to, make a lot of racket. Express yourself, find your voice. There's joy in it, and, once you can finally figure out how to keep it in tune, your grandparents and parents will love you. They'll love you a lot more, and if you'll keep it outside, they'll like it. But, I'd be remiss if we didn't talk a little bit about the bands in my early days, like Ravens and Steve. What were some of y'all bands, other bands names for this? The Missing Links, Clark Rose, the Missing Links, and Caldwell Davis. I think we have to have a we need a little Clifton representation up here. We've got Beach Creek covered, so we ought to get a little Clifton. But those bands were the first bands I heard, and excitement that I got from that, And so thank all of you for supporting me, believing in me, and giving me the hope and the mentoring to go forward and do this. I want to say it's so great to be going in with Melba over here today. And Peanut, I've sang as many of your songs probably as Jones has, but I didn't make any money. But and Ty Watt Jones taught me how to not take myself so seriously, and how to be an entertainer, and how to laugh about it. But Melba, she was one of the first stars I sang. I was Pete Drake, I know he made that record, No Charge, on there. And Pete took me in when I first came to Nashville. He let me work around the studio, gave me free studio time. He, now I figure out why he liked me so much, because I was from Wayne County.
You get a lot of free.
Yeah, I got a lot of freebies out there, but I got to stick around.
Yeah.
But Melba set a standard for duets and for country singers that's never been matched. And every duet you hear today goes right back to her, George, or Charlie Lee, or Gene, all Hall of Famers. And she put a sweet, pure country with grace performance. And that's missing somewhat today. But I just want to thank y'all for letting me be a part of this play. And Jim Hingood, I know you've been part of my life, I love you. I wanted to announce today that Tammy and I decided to move back to Waynesboro, and I'm going to unseat you. I'm going to run for I think I'll get in politics. If I beat you, you'll still go.
I'll vote for it.
I'm going to run William Davis for president. But I want to say also the gospel influence of my life and the families down around Clifton and Hardins Creek, and I want to recognize a couple of members of the Saragordo Quartets here today that helped me learn how to sing, play music. But we love y'all. Thank you. And I want to tell you guys something that somebody's got to write songs around here, and you don't have to really know anything about it, because it's your song and you can't mess it up. Just make it up as you go and sing it, and it's fun and it's freedom in it, and there's power in it. So find your voice and sing it loud. And thank y'all. God bless Wayne.